What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast. Be back in 30 seconds. What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 49. This week, we are going over the classic Disney film, The Rocketeer.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 49 for this August 20th, 2023. If you are watching, please hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, we'd like you to jump over to the YouTubes and hit that subscribe button for us, please. I have with me now, as always, the loyal council, Phil, Cliff, Green Shirt Guy. How you guys doing today?
What's up?
Really good.
Excellent. We got Green Shirt Guy down here. He's we're gonna try him sketching throughout the live podcast. You know, he's got a talent we want to put out there, and he's gonna try to do a little Rocketeer stuff, maybe. See how that goes.
Hopefully this comes out. I've been doing a lot of digital lately, so hopefully this isn't
all good. Before we start, like I always do, YoungAtHeartFoundation.com. Get over with Mike over there. Doing a lot of good things for the kids over there in the hospitals. They do visits. They give them comic books. Just help them get through a certain time that they're going through that's pretty tough. Also, Cliff, start her up on the HVCS, and I will have it up there.
Hudson Valley Community Services is home to a food pantry serving many counties in Orange County: Orange, Rockland, Ulster, I said Orange, Dutchess. Of course, I serve on a committee where we do a fundraiser for the food pantry every October. It's usually the last Sunday. And that's in Fishkill at the Rec Center, where ARKIN will be in November. So awesome. So please go to HudsonValleyCS.org, where you can find out more or make a donation.
Excellent. And for anybody else out there that has something that you want us to promote on here, please get in touch with us. If you have something that helps out the community and you would like for us to broadcast it on the show, just DM us, get in touch with us. We do have an Instagram for the Council of Comics again. It is called Council of Comics 2. The
For
Council
now.
of Comics 2. Judgment Day.
Have you seen this man?
We're going to start to build that up more, and it'll be a lot more focused. So you can hit us up on IG. Just look for the Council of Comics 2 on Instagram.
And hopefully tomorrow I'll have more information, and we'll start sharing with you about Comics Curing Cancer, which is affiliated with the American Cancer Society. They've been doing it for 3 years. Our good friend Brian LCS is part of that, and Rob Stacks is actually the one who started it 3 years ago. So, hopefully we can have him on the show to talk about it too.
Excellent. And last but not least, we want to give a shout out to the Alterniverse. This is our favorite comic shop. This is our comic shop where we're around, where we go to pick up our favorite comics and where we do all our filming and all that. You can get in touch with them at 845-233-4234 or reach out to them by email, alterniverse2@aol.com, or you can go to their website, alterniverse.net. They are located at 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York. Hit them up if you have any questions. All right. So this week in film, I wanted to start off with something that's big this week, and it's coming up. Ahsoka's coming on Tuesday.
Like 2 episodes, I think.
Wednesday. 2 episodes.
Wednesday.
No, sir. It was moved up to Tuesday night.
Really?
Yeah, Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 6
Did they say
p.m.
why?
I love that they moved it up. I
I'm
love
not
it.
complaining. I'm just wondering why.
I think they're doing a smart strategy move. They're doing something like they know people are excited about it, and they just
got
want to get
nothing else
people to
what
go.
it is.
And this man right there, you see him right there? I don't know if you watched a couple of the trailers or not, but they have new dialogue from him in a couple
Okay.
of the new trailers where he's talking to, I guess, Padawans and stuff like that. And he's basically saying, I'm not going to be able to be there for you all the time. And this
Yeah,
and
because I'm
that.
going to kill you all.
No, not at that time. It has been forgiven.
Yeah.
It's been forgiven.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not forgiven. What's wrong with you?
I mean, if we're gonna get supernatural with it, the Force forgave him because it allows for him to be a Force ghost.
Yeah, he did have
that's
redemption.
yeah, well, no, I don't
He
care.
was redeemed.
I mean, it's a poor man's redemption. I'll give it to you. I mean, but he did kill the Emperor with the last breath of life, technically. So I mean, like, I that's
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because the Emperor comes back.
yeah, but that's a clone.
Technically, he really did.
That's a clone.
No, the body is a clone.
The body,
The
yeah,
spirit
and-
is the real emperor.
Did they cover that in the sequels? Because in the books, what you're saying is true, but in the books that came, that are now no longer canon.
No,
But
this was in a new novel.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, he.
All right,
survived.
so the Force gave him a pass for trying to do the right thing.
All I'm
Yeah,
saying-
I guess you can say that.
I don't know.
What are you saying?
I did see one of those those reels on Instagram today, and it was, if you're having a hard time motivating yourself to work out, and it was a person on a Stairmaster, and it was just showing their feet, and it said play the Imperial March as Anakin's going into the temple to kill the younglings, and pretend you're a stormtrooper.
Oh my god. That would make a good, because he's gonna be in the Ahsoka show. Whether he's gonna be communicating with Ahsoka, we don't know. But if he is communicating with Ahsoka, that would be something to touch upon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he did a lot of bad things.
When he was doing
Now,
that?
wait a second. I'm confused. The Ahsoka series takes place immediately after the end of Rebels, correct?
No, the Ahsoka show takes place at the same time as The Mandalorian. That
Which is
So you would
episode
later.
be 8 years after Empire.
5 years after.
Empire.
No,
Okay.
5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Right, Return of the Jedi.
So it's
Yes.
so it's about 20 years. No, well, 20 years since Sith. Because how old do we think Luke is? 20, maybe?
It's about 23 years.
You think he's
After-
that old?
Who?
Luke.
Yeah, because Luke was 19 in A New Hope, and it was about 3-year period of A New Hope to Return of the Jedi. So he's around like 23. Well, there's 5 years after that, so he's about like 28.
So, okay.
Yeah. And Cliff, what was your thought that you were gonna say?
No, just I was a little confused to the timeline.
The end of Rebels. That's the whole thing. They kind of like redid the end of Rebels.
Yeah, they did.
Action-wise. Live action one, right? But
Yes.
there's one difference though. Ahsoka the White, as we'll call her, was at the end of Rebels. She had the white gown. She had the
Yes.
staff. Now she's just regular gray, no staff. So I don't know if they're retconning it or if
or if we're gonna find out what that moment was and what that means currently.
Yeah, because I would love to see her transform into Ahsoka the White.
I will tell you this: our boy better be alive, because if Thrawn is alive and that kid sacrificed himself to get rid of him,
Oh, he's
right?
alive. Ezra?
right? So Ezra's got to be back.
Well,
Ezra's
she's still
good.
chasing him, right? That's the whole thing.
They're trying to find him, yeah. Because he tells her in Rebels, come find me.
Yes.
So, Ezra's going to be a big character in the Star Wars mythology.
I should hope.
They had his birthday is the same birthday as Leia and Luke.
Oh, who cares? What is he, Neville Longbottom?
What does that mean?
Yes.
Come on.
Okay, so Neville is the other foretold one in the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, there's a prophecy.
Right? The
that
prophecy
on this
mirrors.
day- yes. And so
And
we
Neville
always think it's-
fulfills his part of the prophecy when he kills Nagini with the sword. Right?
well,
So they both
so does
are the hero.
correct. And Harry does too, but everyone thinks that the prophecy has to do with Harry, but a lot of people forget that he and Neville are born on the same day. So it
Right. And
becomes
when
a
they
thing
find
later.
that prophecy, there's a couple characters in the book at least that are like, oh, it's Harry, but it could also be Neville because
Right.
it's
And
unclear.
Trelawney never says, right? She just
No,
says,
never says. And so the adults who are actually concerned with Harry and his friends have that conversation of like, we really aren't sure, and we have to keep an eye on these kids.
right.
She looks great, man.
No, they really committed to this, and that's awesome.
Yeah, she looks great. A lot of great reviews so far about this. People have gotten to see it early. And they say it's nonstop Jedi sword fighting.
That's what we want.
A lot of great stuff. And at one point I want to make, I'm kind of tired of the thing where people say, oh, some parts are a little slow. And I'm
That's
like,
okay because well, at least lately the slow.
yeah, but
parts
I'm like, the whole,
amplify the action.
you can't have every episode moving at 100 miles an hour.
Correct. You can't.
You know
yeah,
what I
well, you
mean?
can't have. Yeah, even in a song, it can't be all power chords.
Yeah, like we want it slow in some points to give us some story points. But there were a couple of people like, oh, it's slow like Andor. I was like, that's
Andor-
excellent.
Andor was slow on purpose so that when action happened, it was more impactful.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Andor being slow, and in fact, I think the slow moments are better than the action moments more often than not.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. Like the short attention span theater thing went from being like ha ha funny to oh my god, this is like really exists and it's annoying.
Yeah. And Disney also said that they're slowing down productions. They're not gonna do as many shows
No, because they have
on Disney
to.
Plus.
They have to. They're in the middle of a strike and don't think that they can hit the ground running right afterward.
Yeah, no, but I think on top of that, it's
Yeah,
like
I think they learned a lesson.
because no, they've learned they've oversaturated their market.
Well, and
Yeah.
they also don't have money, so
No, it's all adds
That's
together.
nonsense. They got
It's all
money.
True.
I don't want to
You
hear
know?
that they don't have any money. They have plenty of
they
money.
don't have the money that they like to have.
They don't have the money that they can give to their executives, the billions of dollars that they give to their
Correct.
executives.
Correct.
So I
they're
feel
gonna-
no pity for them whatsoever.
Correct. but
None.
That's their business model. So since their business model is not working, they're going to cut back until they can give their executives that money. That's what has nothing. They don't care about us. They don't care where they're saturated. They'll put out 100 shows. and they can afford it.
Wait, they do care that they've oversaturated us because it affects us wanting
Well,
to.
it affects
Right.
sales. I'll
So,
give you that.
so yes, they do care, but not because they care about our feelings. They care about our wallets and how it affects them. So yes,
Yeah.
they're going to tone it down because they've oversaturated us because they see it's affecting them financially.
Because if they really cared about us, they would have got rid of Kathleen Kennedy a long time ago. Yeah, I said it out there.
That's funny, but I'm
That's-
not 100. I really don't know what
That's
is
a
and
tough
is not
one.
her fault.
Yeah, that's a tough one because she has billion-dollar movies under her belt
Yeah.
during this
None-
time. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Rogue One, that's a Kathleen Kennedy movie. And that's a
Mhm.
billion-dollar movie. And that was a great movie. So, and that was in the beginning. I can understand toward the end, like it was losing it. But I think she does have her fault in it. but it's a fault of everybody over there.
Yeah, I don't feel like, oh, we have to shoulder literally all of this on her.
Yeah,
I do.
You know, no,
I do. I'll say it. I don't care.
But we don't have proof. I don't like doing that to people where we don't really have proof. We have proof of one thing that I don't approve of. We have proof of one thing that I don't approve of. When she publicly stated, "Oh, it's not like we had books to go off of to make this new material." That was the worst thing she said. The worst. So that I will never forgive her because that was awful, right? But do I have to blame her for literally every move? Like, no, I feel like it's not just her. But if some of the rumors are true, yes. But again, I cannot cast that on someone without knowing.
very true.
I'm Team Favreau. So
well, I'm Team Favreau too, but you know, and if those rumors are true, I am definitely on his side.
I am not Team Favreau. I am Team Filoni. That's
well, Favreau is
which is
so,
Filoni.
Yeah,
Favreau made one good story. He started one good thing with the Mandalorian.
Yes, but if you watch the behind the scenes, you see that he relied heavily on Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Filoni
and he said it. He said it right to the camera. This guy is our walking Star Wars Bible.
Right.
And I thought that was
He's
great.
more than that, though. Like everybody wants to put him as just this Bible. But look, he's the literal Padawan. What up, Larry? He's the literal Padawan to George Lucas.
Yes, and again, all of that is in the behind the scenes. They give Dave Filoni proper due. Now, if we're going to talk a little bit about the behind the scenes and everybody getting their proper due, the fact that all the directors for the various episodes of season 1 were all like working at the same time so they could go to each other and ask for guidance from one another, I thought was wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god! Could you imagine Filoni would have gotten the sequel trilogy?
It would have been amazing.
Oh, it would have been incredible.
It would have been so good.
That's why I think this thing that he's doing now, because he's in charge of the movie that's coming with the Heir to the Empire, this whole trilogy, which I think is going to be a trilogy, by the way.
It should be. I mean, like, listen, if he's prepping Heir to the Empire, then he's going to deliver us Heir to the Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing is, like, in the sequel trilogy, which I'm sure people will look past later on, there's, like, no mention of Thrawn. There's no mention of this whole thing that's happening. Could it be that this whole thing happens in another galaxy? Like, in the beyond space that nobody really knows about? You know what I mean? But
just they're too busy with other affairs that they can't pay attention to this?
Yeah, because there is a 30-year time gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. That's a long time.
Or on the other hand, how about this simply plants seeds for what Heir to the Empire will be, and then that takes place back in the present time of Star Wars or wherever we left them, right? And then you watch everything unfold, and people will be like, "Oh, I don't understand. What's this? What's this? When did this happen? How come we don't have knowledge of these events?"
Yeah. But I am excited. I am excited for Ahsoka.
I'm excited for Ahsoka. Yeah.
She's come a long way. Good old Ahsoka. She's come.
Oh man, I remember season 1. People didn't even like her season 1 of Clone Wars, and now people are like,
god, Sky Guy. Remember the Sky?
It was the movie. There was like you went to the theater for the Clone Wars movie at first. And
yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
there was like 4 people in the theater, and then I got it done with it. And I was like, "Oh wait, that was like an episode of a show."
Kamaria says I'm late, but I made it. Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on, Kamaria? How are you? And Larry says I'm about to go watch Blue Beetle. We're gonna talk about Blue Beetle in a second because Blue Beetle is getting some great reviews.
Still not seeing it.
It's getting some great reviews. We're gonna get to that Blue Beetle. All right, let's run through quick any news. Dune 2. Are you guys excited for Dune 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed Dune 1?
Oh,
I enjoyed Dune 1.
Okay.
It was definitely an HBO Max exclusive, so you didn't really have to go anywhere for Dune 1, and I don't think Dune 2 is going to be the same deal.
It was during that time.
Yeah, it was during that time. Like the movies would just come out on, whatever service you had.
Kamara says, I'm so excited for Ahsoka. She was always a fave of mine, strictly for well-timed sass and blatant defiance. She was. She definitely was. Dune 2, I liked part 1 a little bit. I didn't love it.
I didn't love it either. But I'm quite obsessed with the original Dune book, and so of course I have a lot of feelings about how that should go.
See, I came into it going, all right. I remember seeing the original years ago with Patrick Stewart and a couple other people, and I'm coming off it as my dad's like, oh, we'll go see this because he knew I was a big Star Wars fan, and he's like, oh, go see this, and I'm sitting in the theater going, what is this? I don't even know what I'm watching. This one, having not read the books, I'm like, oh, now I understand what was going on in the first one. It makes a hell of a lot more sense now because it's a little more explained, a little more drawn out, and started trying to smash everything into an hour and a half. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
So is Dune going to be 3 movies, or is there more stories beyond the 3 movies?
It's supposed to be at least 3, right?
I thought it was going to be 2, but was it 3?
Yeah, it's going to be 3.
Right. The first 2 movies will cover essentially the first book. And then I don't know what direction they wanted to go after that, because I think they're going to get to the god of
Did they delay Dune 2 though? Did they delay it?
Yeah, they
it's
for obvious reasons,
but you know what I'm excited for? Christopher Walken is the Emperor.
That'll be neat.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That's gonna be good. He's one of my favorites of all time.
As long as he's not too Walken. And I like Christopher Walken, but like sometimes you're like, oh, he's doing himself. He's doing a caricature almost of himself.
And I hope Zendaya's role is a little bit bigger, and I hope it's got a little more oomph.
Well, she's got to give birth, so yeah, she's got to have more oomph.
Oh, I didn't know that. Spoiler alert. Okay. All right. Any other little things here? We got Strays flops in its opening weekend. Stranger Things star becomes live-action Miles Morales and Spider-Man fan poster. I feel like he can't be Miles Morales.
He's too
Morales has to be a mixture of Puerto Rican and black. You have to find somebody like that.
And there's a lot of us. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll find somebody, but Anna Taylor-Joy's Furiosa movie will expose the harshest truth of the Mad Max franchise. This movie's coming out. I would have rather it have been another Mad Max with Tom Hardy than them going to Furiosa.
Yeah, except for the last Mad Max movie wasn't fully a Tom Hardy movie. He's kind of the second build. He's the name character, but he's not the main thrust of that movie. Right.
And they stuck to the whole thing where he doesn't speak a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they kind of gave all the talking stuff to everybody else in the movie. But I am excited to see it.
Witness me!
Could he be in the Furiosa movie?
Why not? He's still
as a younger Max?
I don't know how you. I haven't seen all of them in forever. Based off that last one, though, like how do you shoehorn that in unless he's the C-3PO and R2-D2 walking back in the background of Jeddah?
Yeah, he'd have to have a cameo that didn't meet Furiosa.
It has nothing to do with seeing her.
Yeah. One Star Wars Rebels villain broke a classic George Lucas tradition. The Last of Us hair department head on Bill Frank. Okay. No. Why Old Boy's iconic hammer weapon makes the violent revenge movie special. Anybody see Old Boy?
Not yet. And I should, because it's probably something I would like really be into.
It's got a bunch of Marvel people in it too.
Larry's got a question because I know very little about Miles Morales. Is his father black African? Yes, his father is black African American, and his mother is Puerto Rican. Because I'm trying to get the last name. Is he got his father's last name? Oh
no, he's okay. His father does not like his last name, and his father recently, because we've been reading Miles Morales, has legally changed his name to Morales. right? Because his father's name in true American history is a white dude that was not so great in the time of slavery. And the name doesn't make sense for the character. So there's like a line in the old Miles series where his father's like, I don't know what my parents were thinking giving me this name, Jonathan Davis. And then they make a crack about not wanting Miles to be Miles Davis because it'll sound like the musician Miles Davis. So they made a joke about that in another issue of, again, series 1 or series 2. And now in the current series that we're reading, his dad said, nope, I changed my name legally. We're the Morales family.
Okay. That makes sense. Star Trek Picard, all 3 seasons, casting guide. A Haunting in Venice, paranormal horror elements explained by producer. Yeah, those are pretty much the stories. Nothing huge. Nothing huge. So let's get into the box office. Blue Beetle has debuted at number 1 with 25 million, edging out the Barbs and the Oppenheimers.
I mean, can I go ahead? Finish.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you made 25 million in your opening weekend, and you barely beat Oppenheimer and Barbie that have been out for over a month. Well done, DC.
Okay, you're just crapping on it for no reason right now.
I'm trying to give you statistics if you know what I mean.
But
I'm wrong?
that's just crap. That's a big thing. Like Blue Beetle was not expected to be this big
release.
box
It
office
wasn't going to be. It was going to be. It wasn't even going to be a theater release.
Yeah, everyone was. The point is, everyone was expecting a crash and burn for Blue Beetle, and it hasn't been. And it actually edged out Barbie for number 1, which, yes, it's nowhere near the first week for Barbie, but Barbie has been a rampaging phenomenon this summer, along with Oppenheimer.
I'm not saying
Warner Brothers is counting their money on both of them. Blue Beetle and Barbie sit right next to
Yeah, you know, they're like, oh my God, is Blue Beetle actually working? Ah!
What are you saying, Greaser Guy?
I'm not saying it didn't make money. What I am saying is if nothing else was out, it would make a little bit more, but not much more. And we're acting like it's this huge success because it made $25 million its opening weekend.
No. I didn't say
we
it was
all
a huge
know
success.
that's going to go down next week.
I didn't say it was a huge success because it made 25 million. It's a huge success because it's a DC movie coming off the heels of a horrible, in my opinion, Flash movie.
Flash crashed and burned. Literally.
Okay.
The fact that $25 million worth of people decided I'm still going to go see this movie after all this, that's a big accomplishment.
Okay.
Including the co-creator of Ted Cord, who was the first review that I saw online.
Yeah.
Okay, but how much did those movies make in their opening weekend?
Which movies?
Either Flash or what was it? Shazam.
Flash made about 50, I think, something like that.
Like
Right.
Shazam made 30.
Yeah, it made about 50.
So if this made 25, what's your prediction for its total when it's all said and done?
Let's see what it's done total so far. I don't know if it's opened internationally. It's at 43 million. I'm gonna say, off of the good reviews that it's gotten, it's gonna reach about 350 million.
I'm saying if it hits
Worldwide.
200, I'll be shocked.
Okay.
That's
All right.
and I could be wrong, but
Like reviews are really good for this movie.
okay.
I liked it.
before we
I
start
saw
avoiding it.
It's a good movie.
Oh, Phil, give us your quick review on this.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Go see it if you like.
Really?
Yeah, go see it. It's a good movie.
And way
Better
better
than
than
Flash? Better?
Way better than Flash.
Really? See, I like to
Way
see
better
that.
than Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to personally go see it because of the Latino community. We
Yeah,
have to support.
that's
We have to
like
support.
you would, and it's definitely it's geared, I guess, toward that. It's reference a lot of references that even I
The
probably missed.
representation I hear is really, really good in the movie. It's not forced. It's not anything. And I hear the action is good. I hear there's drama in it. Like you almost shed a tear at the end from what I hear. I hear it's really good.
It's good.
The
yeah.
craziest review I heard was, wow, even George Lopez was good in this movie.
Yeah, even George Lopez is good in this movie. Like, and it's not like
Yikes.
overdone or anything. Like it could be very quick to be overdone with George Lopez, and
Yeah.
it's good.
I did hear it has some Snyderverse Easter eggs. Is that true?
If it did, I didn't really catch it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
If you can't catch it, then it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
Because we want to get away from that, man. I'm sorry, all you Snyderverse fans out there, but we got to get away from that. It's time for something new.
That's what, like, I think it was like kind of like fresh. It was like, yeah, a superhero that a lot of people didn't know, and it was definitely a good turnout because it was the Friday at the night at the drive-in. It was Barbie and Blue Beetle, the number one and two movies.
And what did you think about Barbie? You saw Barbie as well.
I liked Barbie. I liked Barbie too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. And that was a movie I probably, you know what? I worked at like Toys R Us for a while, so there was a lot of references to like Barbies. That I remember being on the shelf and working at the store and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Margot Robbie made $50 million off this one.
All right.
Woo!
So far.
Yeah, she's gonna make a little more, but she made a killing off this movie, man.
You know,
like where Flash underperformed for Warner Brothers, you know, Barbie has like overperformed for that.
Oh yes, oh yes, and these are like these top three. Like Oppenheimer's a Warner Brothers movie.
Oh, yes. All right.
So the Warner Brothers, even though they claim they're like in the gutter and they don't have anything, but they've had the top three movies or the top two for the last month or so, and then this one, like, it makes me think, should they have canceled the Batgirl movie?
Yes.
I don't know.
Mean, I gotta feel
I don't know where it
was,
and you know, like that's hard for me to say, not knowing too much about it, except
because it's done. They completed that movie, but they just decided we're not going to release it.
Where Blue Beetle went the other way, it was just going to go to HBO Max, and like, no, we're actually going to release this one.
Yeah, and I hear Susan Sarandon is phenomenal as the villain.
Yeah,
in that movie,
really good.
All right, so at number 2 we got Barbie's 21 million. It's only a 36% drop. Let's see what she's done worldwide. She's at 1.2, almost 1.3 billion dollars. Wow, and pretty even on the domestic and international, which is always a sign of a good film. Shout out to Barbie. I would like to see the Ken spinoff though. If I don't see the Ken spinoff, I'm going to be upset. Ken's story must be told. It must
Ken
be told.
has a good storyline in Barbie. I don't understand why it's like every other man I know can see it and every other man I know can't.
No, I didn't say he has a good storyline in there, but it's already geared. Spoiler alert! Like, we have to find out what the Kens are going to do now because they have no place. You know what I mean? They're still trying to figure out their way in it. And he's on this other I'm Knuff type path, and it's something I want to see because I think Barbie doesn't have any more story. Barbie herself, to me, doesn't have any more story. I don't know what you could do.
There's infinite Barbies.
No, not those Barbie. I'm talking about her Barbie, like the Margot Robbie Barbie.
Yeah, but she decided to live in the real world, so there's more to be done there.
Oh, you just ruined
Ken
it
can go find her, right? Ken's got some questions, so he's got to go find her in the real world and see what's going on. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't feel like we need that personally. Like, this is one of those movies where I'm happy for us to leave it alone. You know, like
it's not enough.
No, well, you know what? Oversaturation.
But wait, I would wait like a couple years. I would wait a couple years though. I wouldn't give it like next year. Bring out Knuff. Like, give me a few years.
Well, no, I was gonna say we won't even see it till 2020. Even if they said let's put that on the table after the strike, we wouldn't even see it till 2026 or 2027.
Unless they push it up in the calendar.
No, that the strikes have really
They're
really
steaming
upset
away
thing.
right now.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
right,
steaming
like
away.
the grinding is now starting to be felt, I guess. Like the
Yeah.
whole starting to.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Euphoria, if the strike ends by December, Euphoria wouldn't be able to get it together, start filming, and get released till the end of 2026. There was another show that people like a lot, and between production, special effects, whatever, they're like, yeah, we won't be able to get it back to you till 2027.
we will be getting Game of Thrones though.
But only because they started in advance?
No, because they're all
a
it's done in
different
another
union.
country.
It's
And
a
all the
different
actors
union.
are part of a different union.
And I guess they meet the standards of that union, so we're okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
This strike is for the United States.
Right. Watch us get a tremendous influx of English-speaking foreign shows.
Oh, my
right?
goodness. Yeah.
Could you imagine if everything is reality TV and English-speaking foreign shows?
You mean
it's like
if everything is reality TV? When everything is reality TV?
No, but no, I meant like if those are our two options. Like suddenly the influx is foreign shows that speak English and reality shows. That's all we've got. Look at the Rocketeer.
Oh, that looks great, Green Shirt Guy. Keep going. Keep going. All right, number 3, we got Oppenheimer. Oppie's still going in there. He's only dropped 40%, 43%, brought in 10 million. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles brought in 8 million. It's only a 44% drop. I am interested to see what their worldwide total is.
I like that movie.
They're at 118.
It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I recommend
I have to see it. I have to see
it. I mean, I'm not a Turtles purist, so if you're going into it thinking you're going to see something you've kind of already seen but hyped up, it definitely changes a few things. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Excellent. Strays comes in at number 5 with 8 million, underperforming. I don't know what they thought was what it was going to do, but they're disappointed in that. The Meg still in the top 10. Meg 2 made 6 million. Talk to Me is number 7, 3 million. Haunted Mansions at 3 million. Mission Impossible, it's still there. It only made about 3 million, but it's still there.
Strays is from the people that gave us Cocaine Bear?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, oh my God, we need to see Strays. We need to see Strays.
I'll watch it now that I know that.
And number 10, we have The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And 11, Sound of Freedom, still making 2.5. And then Old Boy re-release number 12. And that is your box office numbers for August 18th through the 20th.
Wait, is Old Boy a remake of Old Boy, which is a remake of Old Boy?
Well, I don't know if this newest one, maybe they re-released the Brolin one.
Yeah, is that a re-release? It is a re-release. Okay, okay. Because I was like, why are we doing this movie again? Twice was enough.
I still haven't seen it, but I want to.
You know what's funny? They went a little softer on one thing in the remake and then harder on the thing that I already thought was hard enough. And I was like, what is this? I was like, I don't know what to feel with this movie.
I haven't seen Old Boy.
Yeah.
At all?
No. Maybe
it's got.
Maybe it'll be next week's movie.
No, y'all need to watch the original.
Yeah, I want the original with like the subtitles and stuff.
Let that simmer for like a week or two, then watch the remake, and then redigest what just happened to you, and then you tell me. Then we'll talk about it.
Scarlet Witch is in the remake, right?
She is, yes. Elizabeth
Olsen. I couldn't remember her first name. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I'm gonna do this in color, guys. It might be black and white.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Your homework last week was to watch
The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer. Phil's showing you his laser disc right there.
No, that's it.
The Rocketeer is a Disney movie that came out in 1991 directed by Joe Johnston, written by Dave Stevens, Danny Bilson, and Paul DeMeo, and it stars Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, and Alan Arkin.
And Timothy Dalton.
Don't forget
Timothy Dalton.
Like, don't forget Timothy. Like, lead with Timothy Dalton.
And Paul Sorvino.
And Paul Sorvino, who's actually very good in the movie.
He actually is really good in this movie. And who's the guy that runs the airfield? He's the character.
Terry O'Quinn.
Yeah,
no. Terry O'Quinn is Hughes.
Is Howard. Hughes. It's Howard Hughes, right?
Who's the gangster guy? Who's the
gangster guy is Paul Sorvino.
I'm talking
That's
about
Paulie from Goodfellas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
guy that runs the airfield, when they have the issue where he keeps going, it's all part of the show. He's a character actor that's been in a billion things too.
What's the name of the guy on the airfield?
I can't. I'm on my iPad and I'm using my phone for reference for this piece, so I can't look it up on IMDb.
All right, James Handy plays Wooly. Margot Martindale, like fabulous character actress. She's in this too.
She is,
you know. Jennifer Connelly, superstar, always love her.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the guy is playing the airfield. I'm looking at the cast and I'm having the hardest time.
He's got a mustache. He's what else? I'm trying to think what else he's been in. He's always that boy. He's that guy. He always plays that guy in everything he's in.
I'm having the hardest time. He's in Top Gun, James Handy.
Hold on. You're gonna make me put my phone down and look it up. Hold on. Give me a second.
Well, this movie's basically about a young pilot that stumbles upon a prototype jetpack that allows him to become a high-flying masked hero. He's a little bit like what was that show? The Greatest American Hero. Remember that show?
Yeah.
He's kind of like that because he doesn't really have full control of this thing.
No, he didn't, but he was useful. He was effective.
John Polito.
John Polito.
Yeah. So what happens is it was I almost got lost when because I was doing some typing and I was watching at the same time. And then when they switched to the scene where they're acting and he's like, it kind of reminded me of The Princess Bride. I was like, when did this switch to The Princess Bride? And I was like, oh, this is acting within the acting. I was like, I got it. And this guy, Timothy Dalton's character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's a knockoff of Errol Flynn.
Right. He's got this rocket thing that he's trying to get, and he's trying to get the gangsters to get it. They come to find out.
Not initially.
Well,
the gangsters are after him because he owes them money. That's why.
Is that
around.
it?
Yeah, he owes them money. That's the only reason they're around. He owes them money, so they're trying to get a hold of him, and then come to find out he's a Nazi.
See, I missed the part where he owed them money.
When at the end, when the feds show up, they're all like, "Wait a minute, oh." And then Sorvino and the feds all start working together because they're now fighting Nazis.
Yeah.
No, that part's cool. I get it, but I swear the opening chase is them trying to get the rocket for him. And they don't know what they're after. They're like, why did you send us after something that involved the feds? Yeah. And he goes, I never told you it would be easy. And he goes, it's a rocket after all, just like in the movies. And they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, we got to find it.
I thought the part where he pulled out the fencing sword and he went like that.
Yep.
I was like, just shoot him.
He said, go ahead and shoot me. And dude, this guy had no fear as a villain, no fear whatsoever. But I did love the idea that once it's revealed that he's a Nazi, that the freaking mafia is like, oh my God, no, we have to work together.
Right, yeah. the shot where they're both shooting and they both stop, look at each other, and keep shooting was pretty funny.
Yeah, they're like, no, Nazis are the worst. Nazis bad, go.
Did John Williams do the score for this movie?
The score was crazy. Like, I noticed it. I don't think he did, but
it's very John Williams. And when they brought in the Nazis, I was like, I feel very Indiana Jones this right here. Like, I'm waiting for Indiana Jones to get on the plane or something to help them out because everything sounded like it. and all that. But
Well, let's see. The producer was James Horner. The soundtrack is composed by James Horner.
Really,
yeah,
it's got some John Williams influence in there.
James Horner is only 61, by the way.
This movie's very like old school, which I can appreciate.
Whoa. Let's talk about James Horner's work. 48 Hours, Krull, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, Cocoon, Aliens, Captain EO, Batteries Not Included, Willow, Glory, and Field of Dreams he wrote music for.
He's got a nice little hefty thing there.
And The American Tale. Ow!
5
and The Page Master. And Jumanji. And Balto. Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right. Him.
The soundtrack was something I did notice. Like watching it yesterday, I was just like, "Wow, this has like."
What that man bows to no one. No one.
I'll tell you what I thought about while watching this movie is how is Billy Campbell not a bigger actor?
Right, because he was great.
He was pretty good in it. He's got leading man looks. He's got all the pieces. He must be a dick in real life, and that's why nobody wants to work with him. Because he's there's nothing where you look at it on screen, you're like, oh, all right, well, but for this, I would you would use him.
Yeah, or he could be a good guy, and Evil Hollywood didn't want to deal with him.
I mean,
the other way. Yeah,
it could be the other way around.
Did a lot of television, a lot of television work though, like a lot of TV work.
Good guy. They don't care whether you're good or not. Do you make money?
Yeah, I mean, this movie made money. You would think that maybe they thought he wasn't the one that carried this movie. I don't think he was the one that carried this movie either.
I don't think.
I don't think of him. I think of the Rocketeer sometimes, but like the Rocketeer to me wasn't the main thing of this movie. It was just a little extra, like, let me use this backpack to go save this person. Like, he wasn't like the embodiment of like the Rocketeer. It was just like this goofy character.
It's too bad this movie. So I'm reading about how this movie performed, and it like did well, but not amazing, and it failed in Europe. And they even released new movie posters featuring Timothy Dalton alongside. Yeah, just because they were trying to beef up recognition, and it didn't work out. It debuted at number 4 in the box office under Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Dying Young, and City Slickers. So
that's why it got lost in the Dying Young crowd, because the Dying Young
and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, it got beaten to hell by these movies.
But Dying Young had a very similar feel to it. It's an airplane movie. It's in that same kind of era. It's got Mel Gibson in it, so it's at the time would have been a bigger draw. That's why this didn't do well.
Probably. No, Dying Young is not the one with Mel Gibson. Dying Young is the one with Julia Roberts and the cancer patient she's taking care of.
What's the one I'm thinking of then with Mel Gibson?
That's Forever Young. That one I have.
Oh, okay.
That's Forever Young.
Thank you, Phil.
I was going to say, I remember Dying Young because, in 1991, I was 13, very gay, and then loving Julia Roberts movies.
This was one part of the movie that got me. They didn't know who the Rocketeer was, right?
Right.
But he's wearing the Rocketeer outfit. So I'm like, Brian LCS, what's good, my friend? Thank you for joining us today. They go in the diner, right? And they're like, we need to find out who the Rocketeer is. Well, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's got the same outfit on. You mean just because he doesn't have the helmet on, you can't tell that's not the Rocketeer?
Superman it looks exactly the same as Clark Kent except for the glasses. Really?
But it's a completely different outfit.
Come on, man.
Also, Christopher Reeve did a wonderful job showing us the difference between looking like Clark Kent and looking like Superman.
I don't disagree. He affected different. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is the conceit of Superman's dual identity is complete nonsense.
To a degree.
They found out his secret identity pretty quick too. Just
Yeah,
right in that
it was
scene.
right. It was not too hard to hide this secret. It was too hard to hide this secret. You know,
like a mobster criminal figuring it out. Like,
Wait a minute.
which again, I love the mobster. Like, it's so funny. This movie, like, I actually really enjoy this. I'm sad that this movie, like, is just kind of like,
just got swept under. Like maybe like that was it. It just got like swept under and masked under a lot of other movies of the time.
now I think it's just a cult classic at this point.
If that.
Yeah, it's a cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a cult classic. I think they tried to do like a cartoon not too long ago.
Yeah. There's talks of a sequel.
Really?
At the end of this movie, you remember the Jennifer Connelly character, I believe it was her, hands this guy on the screen a schematic of the engine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of implied that he's gonna make another jetpack, but make it better.
Yep.
You know what
Well,
I
he
mean?
made that one better. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that's what Howard Hughes was really impressed by.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Howard Hughes.
And by the way, I love the fact that, like, there's so many real life people in this movie, but that Howard Hughes was a directly involved character. I thought that was hilarious.
I did love the.
He's very Tony Starkish or
Yes.
Howard Starkish. I'm sorry.
Well, no, Howard Stark is based on Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
I did love the scene where Clifford is escaping, and he jumps on the spruce goose, and the model, and goes through the air, and then he goes, "Son of a bitch, it will fly." Because that was always the joke. Will that plane ever fly? And I don't think it ever did, right?
Yeah.
Because they never tried to fly. It wasn't that it couldn't. I just don't think they ever tried. So it's always been that joke about that plane, and then the inside joke of it actually flew in this movie kind of made me laugh.
If we were gonna ground this movie, the moment that jetpack took off without them, this movie should be over by then. But you got to put movie magic in it that the jetpack came back around.
It crashes.
I was like, it's gone. I was like, it should never come back because there's no thing in it to make it come back.
Well, and that's the thing too, is he's able to turn it on remotely, but you don't have a kill switch ready to go.
Yeah,
like you're dumb.
And the gum stops the gasoline or whatever at
the
inside of it.
The alcohol.
The alcohol. Oh yeah, it's run on alcohol. I forgot about that.
The alcohol wouldn't disintegrate the gum.
Yeah.
It certainly would disintegrate if it was gasoline, but the alcohol would still do it too.
Yeah. But that's a classic helmet right there. The look of it is great. The look of the Rocketeer is pretty good.
All right, this is where I'm at now.
Very nice. Very nice. Any other thoughts about this wonderful movie?
I love a leading character that's named Clifford. That isn't a big red dog. That was very enjoyable.
Cliff.
When Jennifer Connelly comes on screen the first time, I'm like, whoa, how young is she in this? So I had to look up when it came out. She's 53 now. She was 21 when this came out.
She still looks amazing. She looks fantastic in Top Gun Maverick.
She really does. I would dare say she looks better now.
Probably because she just looked great in freaking. I couldn't believe how good she looked in Top Gun. I was very impressed. Although I think my favorite Jennifer Connelly moment in time would be that terrible Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh, that's right. She was in that movie.
Yeah, she's Betty in that movie. I think she looks great in that movie. I don't like the movie, but I think she looks great.
Is that the Ang Lee one?
Wait.
Yes, it is.
Oh, not Incredible Hulk.
Hulk, yeah.
Hulk.
I like things with that movie. I know people don't love it, but
there are things I like about it, but the overall.
Great. Yeah.
Look at her. She's amazing.
All right, so let's go across the board. Phil, what are you giving the Rocketeer?
I think I'm going to give it like an 8. I think I did enjoy it. I enjoyed watching it again. I think it kind of it's almost like it was like a little bit of a forgotten movie because I hadn't seen it really since it came out, probably in 91 or so. So, but I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to go back and watch it. So I think I'd give it like an 8.
Okay. That's an 8 from Phil. Cliff?
8.5. I enjoyed it
8.5.
way more. I
Really?
enjoyed it way more than I ever remembered enjoying it. And Timothy Dalton looks amazing. Amazing. And I like looked at the 007 he made around the same time as this movie, and I'm like, he looks incredible here. I was like, I don't know what they were doing over at 007. He looks incredible in this movie. When he's like acting all crazy and he's got like the sword to the mobster, I was so turned on. I was like, oh my God, Timothy Dalton. Oh my God. I'm like, and he chewed the scenery. He was just amazing. I loved every moment, you know? And then the way he would just talk to me was like, who are they going to believe? A mobster or the number 3 star in America?
Yes,
you know?
number 3 star.
And he's like, the number 3 jerk in America. But like, and of course, everybody's great in this movie. And like all these character actors in this movie, even Rob Howard's little brother is in here, you know?
Is he?
He is, you know, the bald guy. Yeah. So like,
No, I know that, but I don't remember him.
Yeah, he's only in a couple scenes at the airfield. Like one time he's getting Bilbo off the ground, and another time I don't remember, he's just around. But yeah, it's like every character actor you could think of the era was absolutely there, and I love that. And it just is a fun movie and a great villain and good characters, and I there's not much wrong with this film for me. So yeah, 8.5.
Okay. Green shirt guy.
I agree. I remember going into this. I was like, oh man, I haven't seen this since I want to say it came out way back when. I saw it in the theater with my dad and my brother, and I want to say we probably rented it when it came out on video. I enjoyed it more this time than I remember enjoying it way back when. I remember thinking last night when I saw it initially, I was like, it was okay. It wasn't great. But I enjoyed it. I thought the Nazi stuff was a little ridiculous. Like, I know why they did it, and it totally works with the story. It just seemed a little cartoony at that point. It almost seemed like an after story after everything else was going on. But no, I give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I'd go back and watch it again.
Right.
I will say this though, the scene where they're on the blimp and it's blowing up in sections. No. The whole thing would blow up.
Oh, they just
It blows up or it doesn't blow up. It doesn't blow up, and you get to run away from it like a collapsing, rock bridge or that kind of thing. No, but other than that,
I give it a 7. It was entertaining. I didn't think it was phenomenal, but it was entertaining. So I think across the board we've got like maybe a 7.5, 8 average for this movie. Which makes it something that you guys should get out there and see.
Council Fresh.
I was gonna say I can't remember the last time we watched something and we so unanimously agreed positively on it.
Yeah,
and also live artwork.
Yeah,
great. That's
somebody
a great,
wants this thing. DM me. I'll sell it to.
Yeah, give a
I'm
shout
not done
out.
with it yet, but I still gotta ink it.
Go to IG at Papi, well, PAPIREIREI for Green Shirt Guy and IG, and let them know. All right, so what's gonna be the homework for next week? Have we decided?
I thought of a movie this week.
What are some options?
What was the movie I thought of this week? I'm trying to remember.
I said Cole because the same music guy.
I watched Cole.
Call the Conqueror.
Yeah,
no.
You mean Kroll or Cole? Kroll is the one with the thing with the blades.
Yes, we should watch that. It's hokey and ridiculous, but we should watch that.
Where's it on? Where's it streaming on?
I bought it on eBay years ago. I bought it during the pandemic because Anthony told me about it. I had never seen it. My sons will refuse to watch it with me this time.
Kroll?
But,
Yeah. 1983 movie?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have it. Let me
streaming
grab
on.
Hold on, let me grab mine.
Amazon Prime? Maybe?
No.
I don't know if I can get to it or not.
We're trying to figure out, Council, where it's streaming so you guys can go watch it with us. Toy Gains is on. Shout out to Toy Gains. It says nice little doodle there, green shirt guy.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Shout out to Toy Gains. Go check out his channel. Does great toy reviews and everything. He's got his Monday matchups. Get over there and get at him. He'll also be coming up to the shop on Tuesday. So
No, you
that'll
gotta
be
pay
great.
for Crawl. Crawl is one you gotta pay for. It's not streaming on any.
Is it a $3.99 pay for, or is it a
Yeah.
$10 pay for?
No, it's a $3.99. $3.59 on Prime.
I can do the $3.99.
$3.59 on Prime.
$3.59 on Prime.
Yeah, I don't know why it's 40 cents cheaper, but it is.
All right. And yeah, Toy Game says he's coming. He's on his way. All right.
Well.
So, Council, your homework for next week is Krull. Some of you probably have no idea what we're talking about.
I actually have never seen it.
It's got a young
It'll be like watching it for the first time again for me, because I literally saw it like in
It's-
85, 86 or something like that.
Just bear with me.
It's
when
gonna
I
be
say
one of
this,
those
'cause
'80s movies that I could actually say
Yeah.
I've seen now because I've missed it throughout my life.
It
It's
does have a
not,
cool little weapon, though.
it's
That's the whole
definitely not
star
as
of the
good
show.
As Willow, but it's in that vein.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that is our show for today. If you have not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button below. If you're watching on the Facebooks, jump over to the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. We're actually back on IG right now. It's the Council of Comics 2 on IG. Go follow us over there. Cliff also has an excellent channel himself. Go check his YouTube channel. He recently did a Dual Impressions. Is that DC Duels?
Yeah, first impressions on DC Dual Force.
Yes, go
I like
check that out. He's doing great stuff over there.
Not Lorcana.
Listen, if
get that?
anybody's actually playing it,
I
know,
thought about
Anthony's
getting it.
got
I
it.
didn't get. Does he still have it? I might check it out. If he has it like
I was
Tuesday,
looking at it.
I want to like look at it. Is
It
it
looks
like
fun.
magic for like Disney characters? Is
It's
that what I'm
yeah,
Kinda.
The way he described it to me, it's kind of almost like a mix between Pokemon and Magic. So like there's some similarities between the two, but it does have some of its own engine mechanics, and it's got a lot of cool artwork. Yeah, it looks fun. I'd play it. I joked with RJ the other day because I took him to Pokemon today, that I might sell all my Pokemon cards and start playing that game.
Morgan says, damn, I love that game on Atari 2600, right?
Yeah.
Crawl on Atari 2600 was phenomenal. I had that game. All right. And also, check out Phil's Place. Episode number 1 is on the channel. My Laserdisc player. Phil started up his own little series. He's going over the history and everything of the Laserdisc. And he'll have another video coming soon where he does an unboxing of Laserdisc. You can check that out on our channel.
And
So
if you want me to do this again, say something because I can. But usually I just talk.
I liked it. Like the way
It
that
looks really good.
That came out like you busted that down in like the hour it took to do the podcast.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it looks
cool.
really good.
that's fantastic.
Also, check out the Council in California series that's dropping. We got episode 6 up now. Episode 7 is going to drop on Monday. What?
The contest.
The monthly contest. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's a comic book thing.
All right,
So,
just remember, let people remember it's there.
Yeah. Remember this book right here. You're trying to win this book right here. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then remember New Comic Book Day. So tons of videos on the channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. It helps out a lot. All right. So for myself, for Phil, for Cliff, and for Green Shirt Guy and his amazing art skills, we thank you. We love you. Thank you for watching. Safe out there. And we'll see you tomorrow for new keys and hot comics of the week at 8 p.m. All right? See you later. Peace.